Welcome to Job Bridges Japanese Language Training Center. We provide an online tutorial for people who aspires to work in Japan. Before we start, don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel to keep you updated on our lessons to help you master Japanese language in no time.
Konnichiwa minasan! Welcome back to Job Bridges Japanese Language video tutorial, and in this video we'll be discussing lesson 41. Now, may I remind you that lesson 41 will be divided into two videos. Why? Because I believe that this topic is a bit difficult and I want you to process the sentences bit by bit before I move on to the continuation of lesson 41. Even though this video is also about giving and receiving as we've discussed in the previous lessons, some of you might be confused as to why there are different ways of saying that you receive or give something to someone in Japanese. Alright, so let's start. Okay, so as I said, the first part is, or this lesson 41, is all about the expressions for giving and receiving. Now, I know that in lesson 7 and 24, you learned expressions for the giving and receiving of things and actions. In this lesson, you will learn other expressions for giving and receiving things and actions, but this reflect the relationship between the giver and receiver. So let's start off with the first one. So we have noun 1 ni, noun 2 o yarimasu. Again, noun 1 ni, noun 2 o yarimasu. When the receiver is a person of lower status or an animal or plant, yarimasu is normally used. However, when the receiver is a person, agemasu is often preferred in current Japanese. Again, when the receiver is a person, agemasu is often preferred in current Japanese. Example, Watashi wa musuko ni okashi o yarimashita. Or again, since this is a person, or musuko is a person, you could say, or you could use agemashita. Watashi wa musuko ni okashi o agemashita, or I gave some sweets to my son. Now let's use this sentence pattern in a case of an animal. Example, your dog. Watashi wa inu ni esa o yarimashita. Again, watashi wa inu ni esa o yarimashita, or I gave some food to the dog. Note that sashi agemasu is used when the speaker wants to show particular deference to the receiver. When you want to show that you are of a higher status to your receiver, you could also say, or you could use sashi agemasu, but this is not commonly used. Alright, let's move on to the next one. Noun 1 ni, noun 2 o itadakimasu. Again, noun 1 ni, noun 2 o itadakimasu. When the speaker or the person receiving a thing from a person of a higher social status, itadakimasu is used instead of moraimasu. Again, when the speaker receives something from a person of a higher social status, itadakimasu is used instead of moraimasu. Remember that moraimasu means to receive, but again, when that person who gave you or the speaker something or is of a higher status, we use itadakimasu. Example, Watashi wa shacho ni omiyage o itadakimashita. Watashi wa shacho ni omiyage o itadakimashita. I received a souvenir from the manager. So instead of saying omiyage o moraimashita, the speaker said or used omiyagi o itadakimashita because the giver is shacho or the manager, which is of a higher status compared to our speaker. Wakarimashita minasan? Now let's move on to another example or another sentence pattern. Watashi ni noun o kudasaimasu. Watashi ni noun o kudasaimasu. Now you see that watashi is in an open close parenthesis, which means you could omit that along with the ni. You could just say the noun o kudasaimasu. Or what does this mean? When a person of a higher social status gives the speaker something, okay, kudasaimasu is used instead of kuremasu. Okay? When a person of a higher social status gives the speaker something, kudasaimasu is used instead of kuremasu. Now, we've learned this from lesson 24, right? That when you receive someone of a higher status or from someone older than you, you use kuremasu instead of agemasu. But in here, to show the difference or to show the relationship, instead of kuremasu, we use kudasaimasu. Example, Shacho ga watashi ni omiyage o kudasaimashita. Again, Shacho ga watashi ni omiyage o kudasaimashita. Or the manager gave me a souvenir. Now the speaker uses the kudasaimasu or kudasaimashita because he or she wants to show the difference of the status or the relationship between him or her to the manager. Now, kudasaimasu is also used when the receiver is a member of the speaker's family. Okay, so if it is your brother, mother, father, or a member of your family, you could also use kudasaimasu. Example, Shacho ga musumi ni omiyage o kudasaimashita. Shacho ga musumi ni omiyage o kudasaimashita. The manager gave a souvenir to my daughter. Again, the speaker uses kudasaimashita because he or she is related to the receiver, which is the musume or his or her daughter. Wakarimashita minasan? Wakatta ne?
Alright, that's just it for today. See you on our next videos. And don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel to keep you updated on our lessons so you can master Japanese language in no time.